right, this is KG7POU here with AmateurRadioClub.net. We're going to do another live interview with Patrick Bolin, the owner here at GeoChron. So go ahead, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, so the GeoChron, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the only way to know where the gray line was by looking at a GeoChron. It's the only, and still the only, geographic chronometer that's ever been made, and it's entirely mechanical. Now these days you can get that online, but there are some people, for the ultimate thing in their shack, they want a machine that does that, and that's what the GeoChron has been for the last 50 years. So we've got, I'll just demonstrate how it works.
Yeah, sure.
This looks like a static picture, but actually it's moving in very slow motion forward 1 inch an hour. And you can see the gray line here, and I'll set this back to where it is. But then over the year, the gray line spins on machinery, like so. Up and down it goes, along with the analemma in the sky, the sun being 23.4 degrees off of its axis at high noon in December, and then coming back up to my equinox, and it's set by the date down here. Coming into April, oh, I just missed it, and now we're on May 2nd. And
nice.
So if you came back tonight and you looked at it, then Asia would be over here. So the thing that's unique about the GeoChron is that it's composed of 300 moving parts. It's one big machinery, which is why it's 30 pounds.
Whoa.
But for guys who have been doing doing the ham radios for a long time, they've got one on their wall, because this was the only way to know. And it's still an awesome gift, and it's an awesome thing to put in your shack. Actually, mine, I have one in the shack, but I also have one in the living room because people want to talk about it all the time. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely a great piece of history. I've seen them. I click a lot of the older QST magazines.
Sure.
So I'll see a lot of the older ads in there for them and stuff. It's
right.
a really neat piece of machinery. It is.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to make one of these things?
Well, there are 3 of us left in the world that know how to build them after 50 years of building them. And so I'm one of them, and I have 3 other technicians that work with me in Portland, Oregon. We just have a little shop. That's all we do, is we make GeoChrons. So every GeoChron that's ordered is handmade and built to order. So what was your question?
Yeah, so I got another good one. If someone, let's say someone has a GeoChron, right, and it's an older one, but there's some issues with it.
Yeah.
Can they contact you, get it repaired?
Sure, and that happens all the time. The UPS truck pulls up and delivers a couple boxes of GeoChrons. The first thing we're going to ask is, do you have your original box? Because otherwise we can't insure it with UPS and they'll destroy it.
Yeah.
So we might need to send you a box, and then we send it back in. We'll take it all the way down to the studs and then build it back up so that it's perfect and working again for another 2 decades. We'll also replace the map. This isn't an internet appliance, so I just can't plug it in or put it into Wi-Fi. It's a machine. So the map does not update itself. I have one from 1986, and it's got USSR right here, no Baltic states. It's got no North and South Sudan. There's no hammer toe on the date line. But so every year we do a map update, and with the rebuilds, they get a new map and they get all new machinery up through the end.
That's amazing. So what drove you to get into the GeoChrons?
Yeah, well, like a lot of people who own GeoChrons, 15 years ago I saw one on the conference wall, in a conference room in Portland, Oregon, and I went, oh my golly, I've got to have one of those. So I found one, and it was broken. And I took it into GeoChron, and GeoChron was just about a mile from my house. And I said, hey, can you fix this? And they're like, yeah, sure. So we did to show me around the shop and all that kind of stuff. As it turned out, about 6 months later, I got involved with them on the sales and marketing end of it. And it's because I was totally smitten with the product, and I still am. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool, because everyone's trying to go to the computer stuff, so it's kind of nice to see that GeoChron's still here. It's kind of like the one of the old school tools of ham radio, but you guys have taken it now and jumped it into the 21st century, it seems like, with some of the additions. And
yeah, not everybody wants a computer to see this kind of stuff. Not just ham radio guys, but on the luxury market, Bill Nye the Science Guy, he owns 3.
Yeah.
The GeoChron is at the White House Situation Room. The GeoChron is at NASA. I just saw a picture of the GeoChron in the European Space Agency headquarters during the Rosetta landing. Down there in the corner, in the mission control, that little blue dot, that's one of my GeoChrons.
That is so cool. Yeah. You know what's neat, if you think about about too, it's built like a watch. I mean, the craftsmanship is like a watch,
Yeah.
and a watch is made to work forever.
Yeah.
So I mean, these things are built just amazing. I mean, it's unbelievable. I never actually got to see one in real life except for today, so I had to come by and and check you guys out and see what was going on over here.
Yeah, a lot of people spot them in airports and stuff like that. Of course, Coast Guard, Air Force, that kind of stuff, they have tons of them. We've sold over 135 to the Pentagon.
Nice.
And I think 15 to Boeing. Anyways, they are used often for executive gifts and corporate boardrooms.
Yeah.
But they also have a loyal following amongst ham radio operators.
Yeah. And so this one is this is the lower price one of the units, I think, correct?
Yeah.
Do they make any smaller versions? Are you planning on making any smaller versions? Like, you know, it'd be cool to have one of these on my desk. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, because you can get the stuff online, or you can get the app for that on your iPhone, I can't compete in the market when we're trying to go to smaller digital.
Yeah.
But what I know how to do is build an awesome mechanical device that shows
Yeah.
this. I think rather than go smaller, they've always been this dimension for the last 50 years.
Okay, why change it?
Well, what's going to happen is, since it's an old unit, it's an old design, everything's on blueprints, and I'm converting those into computer-aided design into CAD, and once I do that, then I can scale up the GeoChron, and I can go as large as I want.
Oh, amazing.
And I would like to see a GeoChron that's triple this size
Man, wouldn't that be cool?
in an airport near you. I think that would be awesome.
So on the average, then, this is about the standard size here, right?
It's the only size.
This is the only size.
It's the only size.
Oh, that's cool then. So yeah, that would be nice to see a bigger one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be
I'm sure you guys will probably have one at the headquarters with the first one there.
That's
When
right.
you guys get done, put a big one on the wall.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
we'll make a big prototype, we'll put
Yeah.
it on the wall, and then we'll need to sell it.
Right on. All right, folks. Well, this is KG7POU with AmateurRadioClub.net. We're here with GeoChron, and we're hanging out here with Patrick Bolin, the owner here at GeoChron. If you guys have any questions, you can head over to his site if you want, and that's
GeoChron.com.
okay, geochron.com. That was an easy one. Well, we do appreciate your time, sir. Your time is valuable. I'd like to say thank you for showing us all out here this beautiful piece of machinery and artwork. And 73 to you, and thank you.
Thank you, Lewis.